been inspired by the arts, which are symbolic consciousness, by literature, to deepen our interiority, deepen our awareness and consciousness. So if we shift this media-saturated society, this movie-saturated society, the Hollywood mentality, and the consumerist mindset, to say there's something more to life than this. And certainly I'm not putting down movies, because this is what we're trying to also use the media. But we're saying we're not Homo economicus only. We're not just economic animals. And people are looking for that which will inspire the deepest energy of the human. People who have children give and give and give to that next generation. So that's what we would hope collectively to release, a symbolic consciousness that has a sense of comprehensive compassion for the future of the Earth community. Not just my future, but the future of the whole community. And that is a change that's never been asked of us before. But again, I think we can do it.
That's great. So, speaking of parents and having children, right now we're at 7 billion people. I've heard numbers thrown around about the carrying capacity of humans being somewhere as low as 1 billion. Do you think we're at carrying capacity, and do you think there's a change that's going to happen in the near future?
The carrying capacity of the planet is, of course, something we don't know fully, and people will give, well, maybe we can get up to 9 or 10 billion and just barely make it, and so on. So it's hard to predict the future, really. It's very, very difficult. But we do have to realize issues of equity and justice and sharing, whether it's sharing of technology, sharing of wealth, sharing of resources. This is not going to be easy, because we've been driven by a capitalist system which is all about fourth quarter profits and shareholders' rights and stakeholders' rights and so on. But that is a system that is unraveling. It's unraveling before our eyes, because it has created such inequity and such injustice. And we're seeing it here in the US with the Occupy movement and so on. And the fact that that Occupy movement spread around the world so rapidly, within a very few months, everybody understood 1%, 99%. Something is awry. Václav Havel in the Czech Republic, when he was under duress as a great writer of plays and poetry and essays, and he was in prison and trying to resist the communist movement, and journalists would come to him, Western journalists who would be able to interview him and say, how can you possibly imagine that you're going to make a change in this system that is all across Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union? How can you, one individual, make this change happen? And he said, wait, because below the surface, something is happening. And when that emerges, you will be very surprised. And his wonderful line is, and they were very surprised. That's what we have to hope for, the unexpected surprises that are going to emerge because of all kinds of actions around the world for change.
So, please tell our viewers where they can find a copy of your book and the video.
Thank you for the question. People can buy the film online through journeyoftheuniverse.org, our website. They can also buy there the educational series, which is the series of interviews that I did with scientists and historians on the story of universe emergence. And as well, there's 10 interviews with environmentalists on food, on cities, on new economy, and so on. The book, Journey of the Universe, can be found through Yale University Press or Amazon. And I hope your viewers will enjoy that. There's a lot of material on the website, including curriculum, so that teachers or community centers or church centers can also use these three, we're calling it a trilogy, for study and for investigation and further questions.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, I've so much enjoyed talking with you, and as I say, to me, this is one of the most important things, how we can connect across generational differences and so on, because we are very much in this together. And as I said earlier, we share the concerns, we share at times the uncertainty, the sadness, and so on. But I do think this journey of the universe, which is really a 30-year-old project when you take it back to Thomas Berry in 1978 in this little article, New Story. And then Brian and I and John Grimm working for 10 years. How can we tell this story in a simple and elegant and inspiring way so that we are left with amazement and astonishment and energy from the self-organizing dynamics of the universe itself and these complex ecosystems that have birthed life and birthed us. So our participation in this, I think, is a new source of inspiration for the great work ahead. Thank you for having this discussion with me.
Thank you for tuning in to News for Our Future. I'm Jonathan Bollhoefer.